So in today's class, we are going to learn about how we can create custom objects in Salesforce. Okay, so we are going to create two objects in our Salesforce order. First is position object. So position object, why position object we are creating, or what is the purpose of position object in Salesforce? Okay, so let's consider that we are creating a new application for the recruiting people. Okay, so that will be recruiting app, and these position object and candidate object will be the part of the recruiting application. Okay, so we do not have any kind of position or candidate object to store the information of any open position, okay, in the system. And as we cannot use the standard objects as well, we will create the custom object to meet this requirement. Okay, so using a position object, we will track the position in all stages, okay, of the process, whether it is open or closed or cancelled, whatever it may be. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, visible.
So right now I am on the standard application, which is sales application. And now I want to create the custom object in Salesforce. It will be our first custom object. Okay. So in order to create the custom object, we will have to go to the we'll have to go to this setup. Okay, this is a setup here. We'll have to click on this setup. Okay, so any settings, if you want to see or go to any settings, okay, this is the common setup here where we can go and search for any setting. Okay. So first we'll have to click on the setup here, then click on this first setup. Okay, okay, so here this is the setup page. Okay, on the left hand side you will find all the settings for your dev organization. And now I want to create the custom object. Okay, so can you see this object manager? It's like a short form or shortcut, okay, to go to the object settings. Okay, either I can just directly click on object manager, or I can search object manager over here. Okay, so I'll just quickly click on this object manager. Okay, now here in object manager you will find all the standard object lists, okay, which is provided by Salesforce, okay, and which we are going to use or not. Okay, so can you see this? Here we have label, here we have API name, and here we have the type as well, which says standard object. Okay, we have account, we have cases, we have campaign member, okay, contact, then we have opportunities. Yep. So these are all the standard objects. So right now you won't find any kind of custom object in the system. One thing you have to Note down is for standard object, the label as well as the API name will be same. Okay. Can you see the label for account? The API name is also account. But when we will create a custom object, that time API name will be it will underscore underscore C. So it shows that this is a custom object. Okay. So let's try to create a new custom object, which will be the position object in the system. So in order to create custom objects, you'll have to click on this create button. Okay. Click on custom object. Okay. Now this is the page where you will have to give all the information about your custom object. Okay. So first is label. So label will be position. Okay. Once I enter the label, object name, it will say automatically. It's the API name, or we can say unique name for that particular object. Okay. Now we will have to give the plural name or plural label. Can you see here? We have like opportunities, leads, tasks, accounts. These are all plural names. Okay. So this plural name is used for that particular object tab. Okay. So when we will add a tab over here, let's say, so you will see positions tab. So let's add. Okay. Okay, in the description, you can enter description. Let's say this object stores information about the open job position at a company. Okay, so here I'm not changing any kind of value. Okay, contact sensitive setting, it will be default value. And then we have the record name, label, and format. Okay, so right now a record name shows position name. It is like by default it has taken this particular name from the object name. Okay, and the data type is text. So I am not making any changes here. Okay, because I want the exact same name. Okay, for the position. So when you create any custom object in the system, okay, so by default a standard fields will get created. Fields are like columns. Okay, I explained to you guys in the previous class that these are all fields. Okay, so name field for lead object, it's a standard field. Okay, now these are all standard field, but when we create custom object, the name field will automatically get created when we create the custom object. So it will be the standard field. We can provide the name for that particular field. Let's say position title, position name. Okay, we can give any name for that particular field. So I am keeping this field as it is. The by default data type will be text, so that we will be entering the position. For example, let's say Salesforce administrator job. Okay, we have opening for Salesforce admin job. Okay, so when we will create any record for position object, so that time in the position name or in the position title, we will enter Salesforce admin. Okay, that will be our position name. Then we have auto number as well. So if we select auto number, then what system will do? System will automatically generate the number for every record in the system. Okay, whenever you create a new record in the system, okay, system will automatically generate the number. So we just have to give the example here in which format we want our number, and then system will generate it. But right now we don't want that. We only want the text value so that we will be able to input anything in that particular field. Okay, in the optional feature, I'm selecting allow records, allow activity, and track field history. So do you guys remember in the first session of introduction of Salesforce, I told you that in Salesforce we can track the history of its editing of the record, right? Who has made changes in any particular field, or who has created that record or last modified that record. Okay, so by default for standard objects, the history tracking is enabled. I mean, this particular feature is available so that you can enable the history tracking. Okay, but when we create a custom object, we have to make this particular feature available for the custom object. Okay, because later on, let's say if there is any requirement to track the history, then if this feature is not available, we cannot make it available right now, then we won't be able to see the feature to enable the history tracking. But we can, it's not necessary to enable these options at the time of object creation. These are optional features. Okay, so even if you do not select this feature, that's fine. Later on, let's say if there is any requirement, you can always come back to your custom object and you can make this feature available for the custom objects. Okay, this is for allow reporting so that we will be able to create reports as well, and for the activities for task and event. So for this, I am not making any changes. Okay, and the deployment status. Okay, this is very important when you create any custom object. Okay, we have two types of status. First is in development and second is deployed. Sometimes what happens, we create the custom object, okay, and we just put the status as in development. We do the testing and everything, and when let's say our users are trying to access the object, that time the object is not available. Okay, or we can say users won't be able to view that particular object in the system. Why? Because the status is in development. Okay, so whenever you create any custom object and you want your users to use it, okay, or access it, so make it available for them. So the status will be should be deployed, okay, not in development. Because in development, only admin will be able to view that particular object in the setting, okay, not in the front end, it is in the back end. So right now, whichever I mean, whatever we are doing here right now, this is kind of a backend setting. Okay, if you go to any application and if you go to leads, let's say here open leads, okay, so this is kind of a front end. Okay, so what will happen if the in development status is there? Okay, so you won't be able to view your tab in the application or anywhere in the app launcher. So the status should be deployed. Okay, now search status, I will select this allow search, and these two are the options which is only available at the time of object creation. Okay. So the first is add notes and attachment related list to default page layout. If I do not select this checkbox, then later on I won't be able to enable this feature for my custom object. Okay, so that's the reason I will just select this. And second is launch new custom tab wizard after saving this custom object. Okay, so well, this is the option we can get later on, even if you just forget to select this checkbox right now. Okay, later on we can go to the setting and we can create a tab. Okay, but this particular feature, add notes and attachment, will not be available for you. It is only when at the time of object creation first time. Okay, so okay, I'm going to select this. So if I select this, okay, I will get a new screen where I'll have to create a tab for this custom object. If I don't select this, then I will have to go to the tab explicitly and I will have to create it. Okay, so first let me go to this setup just to show to you the setting to create a tab, because that's what happened with you forget to create a tab and then you don't see the tab in the application anywhere. Okay, so can you see this tab option? I can just click on this tab and from here I can create a custom tab for custom object. Okay, I'll just have to click new, and in the drop down, if any custom object is available, then that object will show up. Okay, tab style. You will see the pop-up box like this. You can select anything and you can click on next and save this. Okay, right now it is not showing any custom object. Why? Because even if this information we have given here, but we have not yet saved this, right? And that's the reason this custom object doesn't present in our uh, organization. Okay, and hence we cannot see any available custom object in the system. Okay, let me close this. I will select this new launch custom tab wizard. Okay, so now once I click on save, okay, it will automatically redirect me to create a tab. Okay, can you see this object? It has by default taken position. Okay, I will take the first one as a tab style. Click on next. Okay, then this will be the by default visibility for the tab. Okay, these are all the profiles in the system. What is profile? We get to learn more about it in the security model. So don't worry about it. I'm not going to make any changes over here. I'll just click on next and see. Okay, great. Now our custom object is created. Okay, can you see this in the object manager? Let's go here. Okay, can you see I have searched for the position object, and now the API name is showing an ___. okay, which represents that this is a custom object of the API. The title is also custom object. So let's go to the position. First is the details section. I showed you, right? This is enable reports, activities, and track field history. Okay, let's say that you don't want track field history. So you can always edit it. We will go into this page. You can deselect this checkbox, click on save. Okay, and that's it. That's the steps you will have to take here. Okay, any questions for object creation?
Amrapali, I couldn't get the last part, what you changed. Can you please show that one again? What does that mean? What is the change we did?
No, I did not. Is this regarding this particular, or is this regarding the tab I showed you?
No, regarding this one.
No, I did not make any changes. I just showed you. Let's say that even if later on you don't want this feature, let's say that you have not enabled this feature, these three features, okay? But in future, if you want to enable it, you can just anytime come into this object, okay, setting, and you can select this or deselect this checkbox.
Okay, got it now. Yeah.
Let's see whether we can see our position object or not. Yeah. Okay. Because I have, when you know, I created the tab, the last page showed me to add the tab in application. So I just selected each and every application, and that was by default selected. So I did not make any changes, and I'm just sure. Let's go to position.
Hi,
Okay.
Amrapali.
Yes.
I have a question. Let's say we just added a custom object. So if I want to get a standard object in that in this like table, not table, like in this thing, how can I get a custom standard object?
Where you want to get a standard object?
Let's say in this home in the sales app, I want to get another object.
Yeah, then you will just simply have to click on that particular tab.
And then?
So this is the information regarding leads. Okay, if you want to view any leads, you can go here, and if you want to create a new leads, you can click on new button. Let's say now I want to switch
no, I mean, if I want to get another standard object, let's say event is a standard object, but it's not in here, available here. Let's say I want to bring the event here. So how do I bring?
Okay, here in this particular option, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah. We will going to see when we will create the application. Don't worry about it. We are yet to create the custom application. Okay, so that time I will show it to you.
Oh, so in these ones we cannot bring any add any.
We can add. It's not like we cannot add, but I meant to say that when we will learn about the applications, that time I will show it to you. But
okay.
It's fine. Let me just show it to you right now. You can just simply click on this pencil button, click on add more items, go to the event, or search from this available option and add it. Okay, so when you do it from this pencil icon, this will be for only your view, not for your user's view. This is the personalized, we can say, navigation bar. Okay, so you can do it. But for users, we have to do it from application. So the application part, I will show it to you when we will create a new application in the system. And when I created a tab for this particular position object, position object, let me, sorry. Okay, let me edit it. Let me check it. Okay, no. So when I created this particular position object, okay, the last part which I got, that was to add this tab, in the list of applications. So I mean, by default, all applications were selected, so I did not make any changes. Okay. So until when I just click on save, that position tab automatically got added over here. Okay. So for any standard object as well, we can do the same. We just have to go to the application and we have to add the tab. But don't worry, we will going to learn about that as well. Any other question? Yes, it will be also, visible in the Salesforce mobile application, because Salesforce mobile is also the Lightning application. Okay, sorry, Lightning view on which we are right now. So, whenever you add any application, sorry, a tab in any application, so yes, you will be able to see that application and the tab in the mobile app. Any other question, guys? Okay. Okay. So now I am on the position tab. I clicked on position tab, and if I go to the recently viewed list view or all, I won't be see any kind of records in the system, because this is a newly created object in the system, right? And we do not have any records for it. We have not yet created any records for it. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to click on new. But as you can see over here, we can only see two fields. First is position name, which is by default created when we created the custom object. And second is owner field. This is also standard one. So it just take by default that user whosoever is creating that particular record. Okay. Once we create or once we save this record in the system, you will find two more fields, which is uh, created by and last modified by. These two fields are also standard field provided by Salesforce. Okay. So if I just go to the fields and relationship, I will see this four field: position name, owner, created by, and last modified by. Um, and save. Okay, so I have created a record. which is SF admin. I am the owner, created by last modified it shows. If I go to the position, tab again, go to the all, it will show the record now. But if I go here and if I see, I don't see any other, options or columns or fields available for input. Okay, we just have these fields, not the other fields. Okay, now for position object, there might be requirement for let's say what is the status of that particular position, right? What is the open date? What is the close date? What is the type of that particular position? So this is the information which is not yet available for the position object. So as an admin, it's our job, our responsibility to create this in the system so that user will be able to use it, okay, smoothly. So let's learn about fields in the system. Okay, so as you know, field is like a custom database column, right, where we can add the information. And we can store our information or input the answer in that particular field. Okay, so we will have to create the custom field in the system now. So how we can create this field? Remember that we cannot delete the Salesforce standard field. Okay, so right now you can see these 4 fields are standard fields provided from Salesforce. So we don't have option to delete this field. But when we will create a custom field, okay, that time you will have an option to create the custom fields. Okay, so in order to create a field in the system, okay, right now we are on the position object in the object manager. We just have to go to the fields and relationships. Okay, so what I will do, I will just show it to you from scratch. So I'll just click on setup here. Object manager. Search for our position object. Click on fields and relationship. Okay, now from here we can create the object, fields in the system. Okay, so first field I want to create for position object is status field. Okay, so I have this new button. Click on new button. Okay, now when you click on new button, okay, we get this page to select the data type of the field. Now Salesforce has provided different data types. Okay, for example, text, it's like a free text. Okay, text area long, text area rich. So this is in the text area we can enter up to 255 characters. In text area long we enter up to these characters. Okay, so this is the character limit for this type of data type. Now we have formula, we have checkbox, we have currency, date time, email, number, percent, phone, pick list, multi-select pick list, time, URL. Okay, these are all different types of data type in the system. So now what we want a status field here added on this particular page. Okay, and that status field should have values. Okay, let's say new position or closed position or cancelled, or let's say pending approval. So it should be like a list. Okay, and from that list we should select one option. For example, let me show you a lead object. Like this. Okay, if I just click on the pencil icon and click on this drop down, it just show me the list, and from that list I can select any value, right? So similar to this, I want to create on the position object as well. So for that we have two options here. First is pick list, okay, which will allow us to define the list, and second is multi-select pick list. So the difference between pick list and multi-select is, for pick list, okay, we can select one value from the list, and for pick list multi-select we can select multiple values at a time. Okay, so I will select here as pick list, click on next. Here the field label is status. Okay, field name it is automatically taken from field label. Now I will have to enter the values. Okay, so I will select this one, enter value, with each value separated by new line. Okay, and here I will have to enter values. Let's say new position, then I have to click on enter, then pending approval. So whenever you are creating any list or drop down type of field, you will have to always give your options, okay, like this. Do not enter options like this. Okay? This is not the correct way. You should have given the option one by one like this. So open approved, closed field, closed not approved, closed. That's it. Okay. Now, either you can select this one, display values alphabetically, or you can just keep as it is, the by default order which you have given here. So I don't want this, alphabetically. I want this in this particular order because this will make more sense. Okay, first will be new position, second will be pending approval, right? So I will not make any changes over here or select this particular checkbox. You can select a default value as well. The first value will be default, but I don't want that right now. Okay. You can enter the description. This is the help text. So help text is actually for the users, the front-end users who are going to create records in the system. Okay. For example, this position name. Okay. Let's say that as an admin, you have created this position object. Okay. Some fields for your object, and now your non-admin users, for example, recruiting users are going to use this position object. Okay, so when they will create the record for the system, okay, here they will not have any idea what that field is about until and unless you provide the training. Okay, so what you can do is you can make it easy for your users. Okay, you can add a help text for that particular field. Okay, so it will then show like a small description about that field, what this field is about, or what value they have to enter. Okay, and then they will have an idea and they will be able to enter the information. Do we have it? Okay, I don't think so. Okay, let's try to add the help text for a field. Let's see. Fill my fill purpose. Mhm. That's it, something like that. Okay. So this is the help text I'm giving. Okay, can you see for help text we have a small help text over here. Okay, it's like the small I. So what we can do is we can just hover over, okay, and it will show the display text. Okay, so exactly like this. So this particular text will gonna show for a status object, status field. Okay, so okay, and now while creating the field, you can make this field as required as well. So for example, if I go to the position, if I create a new one, okay, by default position name is required field. Until and unless we give any option over here, okay, we cannot save this record. We will just constantly receive this message, which is the standard message, complete this. Okay. So when we create in custom fields, that time we can mention whether we want that field as required or not. So let's say that if I select this as required, and if I am creating the position object, so for status field, I will have to give the option, otherwise I won't be able to save the record. Okay, but I don't want this particular field to be required. That's the reason I'm not selecting this one. Okay, now let's click on next. This is the field level security for your field. So what this field level security is, we are going to learn this about in the security model. Okay, so by default, whichever value is there, I will just keep it. I'm not going to make any changes over here, and click on next. And finally, I have the option to add this particular field in the position layout. So once I click on save, okay, it will be available for our page. So okay, can you see this? Our status field is created and the field name is also underscore C, which shows that it is a custom field, and these are all the standard fields. Okay, so let's go here and let's refresh the page. SF admin. Okay, and now you can see this status field. I just click on the pencil icon and now I get this drop down list. Okay, I can select any value of the list and click on save. When I'm creating a new position, that time also I will be able to do that particular field at the time of record creation. Any questions here? Any questions regarding field creation?
No.
Okay. So guys, we will give you the assignment for object creation. Okay, and in that particular assignment, you will find all the field list, whichever you have to create for that particular object. Okay, as well as the data type. And if there is any need to enter any value for any particular field, for example, status field, or if there is any other field, okay, then that value is also given. You just have to follow the steps and try to create it on your own. Okay. Now this is regarding our first object, which is position object. So what we did is first we just give me a moment, guys. Okay. So first we created object and then we created the custom field for that particular object. Okay. And now we have tested our feature as well by creating two records as well in the system, which is SF admin and SF VA. So now, in that particular assignment, you will have to create like two objects in your developer are. Okay, so first will be position and second will be candidate object. So candidate object is like, to track all of the candidates who apply for any particular position, right? So now we have only position object, but you will also have to create the candidate object. So candidate object is to track for all the candidates who apply for any particular position, including status of their application. Okay, so we can see whether the interview are scheduled or not, whether we have rejected that particular candidate or not, or hired or anything. Okay, so that information is also given in the assignment. So just go through the assignment and create these two objects as well as the fields for that particular object. Okay. Any question, guys?
Amrapali, are you going to give the assignments in the email?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
No problem. Okay, so let me stop the screen sharing. Yeah. So you have like 2 days in your hand to go through the assignment and everything. Even if let's say you don't complete the assignment before the next session, that is completely fine. Okay, you can create that or go with the assignment at your own way. So there is no rush.
Amrapali, is it okay to do it in any of the playgrounds that I already have?
You can do it, but I would suggest you to create a developer R, and in that developer R, create it, because playground is something like, at one point of time it gets expired, right? So whichever
Okay.
work you will
Okay.
do, because for Trailhead, I think we can create up to 4 or 5 playground. But let's say that later on, if you're doing any works in the trailhead, okay, if you're completing any batch which requires a new playground, okay, and then what will happen? You will have to delete the previous playground. So if you have the developer, or this will be like lifetime free, okay, and you won't be able to find this or create this again and again. So you will have this assignments or whichever practice you have done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, then I think yeah, we can stop the session here and we will meet on Friday.
Hi, Amrapali. I have a question. Actually, I sent a picture to Devendra. Well, can you help me?
Yeah, actually, like when you sent, like the context was not clear. Like he was asking about, like, were you doing the trailhead or like what you were doing?
Trailhead, and there's okay. So basically, I was following the trailhead, and in one point I had to create you know, the what you call the just give me a second. The what is the name of this thing? What is the name of this thing? Okay, so when we go to the take the from the when I make the create the
Can you share your screen, because like this we cannot understand, right?
yeah, just give me a second, please.
Yes.
Okay, so let me share my screen. How do I share my screen though? And this how do I share my screen again?
No, I don't.
No, we can't
There
see.
is a share screen at the bottom of the screen that you're using right now. So you can click on that and start sharing the screen. At the bottom, see if there's participants, chat, share screen.
Well, I in the Zoom.
Yes.
That's I see the bolt, and how do I join a meeting? Audio.
On the Zoom screen, if you see right now, it's your name that is coming up. At the bottom left, there is mute, start the video. At the center of the screen, you see there's participants, chat, share screen, record, and reactions.
I'm not seeing that actually. I'm seeing the like, you know,
then you might have it on. You will have to move your mouse, because if in case it's being hidden.
Oh, yes, now we can see your screen.
You can?
Yes. Oh, we were, but not now.
That's mine. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, I don't know how, because I'm seeing the, you know, picture of the more than meetings and explore what is possible with Zoom. I'm there. I don't know how did I go there.
Are you on the Zoom screen itself?
I'm in the Zoom, okay, but I don't know how
Did
do I.
you see the menus on the top?
No, there's English and support. That's it.
No, because if you're not in the Zoom screen, you won't be able to see it. You should be able to see all the menus on the top, and at the bottom.
I know, but how do I go to the Zoom screen? I mean, I don't know why I came in here. How I came in.
Can you do Command tab or Control tab? Then you possibly might be able to do that.
Control.
What are you using? Is it Windows or Mac?
Mac.
Mac, right? So
Then
at the
command
bottom,
tab.
yeah.
Command tab. Okay. I don't see it. Support Zoom. Can I go out and come back?
Yes, that would be fine.
Okay.
Amrapali, I have a quick question until she comes. Now, when you send us the assignment, we finish that, and are you guys going to check it, or how does it work?
No, it's fine. If you have created, let's say, if you are facing any issues or any errors or anything, okay, that time you can reach out to us after class, or you can just reach out to us. And once our session is completed, we will, check what happened, why you are getting error, and why you are not able to create it.
Okay, okay, sure. Thanks.
Mhm.
I don't know. I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't get back to the Zoom. Can you please get me out and then
Just give me a moment. Let
yes.
me take a screenshot. I don't think you are on the Zoom. Maybe that is hidden. What you'll have to do is just check your open tab at the bottom. Okay, whether it is Windows or Mac, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then you will have to go.
Actually, sometimes it happens that on Mac, like for example, if you open on the Chrome, so it is not on the Chrome. Like, can you just do Command Tab and just to go to the another space? Sometimes it happens that it opens in another like space.
Yeah, and did you, by the way, join from browser or from the application?
From the browser.
Browser, right? So you
No,
have to
actually,
go to
yeah, from the email.
No, that is fine. But when you click on that link, right, if you have that Zoom application in your system, then by default it will open it in the application. Otherwise, you will have to open it in the browser, right?
Yeah, I have the application actually.
Application. So you will have to just search for that application.
Yeah, Amrapali, but if you are like on the Zoom, right, we can share on the application as well and the browser as well.
Yes, we can share.
But I don't know like what's wrong.
She is not able to find the application, right? That's the reason. Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually I'm not very I'm not used to this.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because we were also like that only like Zoom from the pandemic, like we started using them.
Yeah, I do not use a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
even the Mac.
They're like Google Meet was the best.
Yeah.
But due to they stopped the recording things and all, so that's why people jumped into Zoom.
Okay, so let me just tell you, like, when I was doing the open with make, just give me a second, let me just see what was the thing I forgot. I was creating cookies and property. Schema builder, sorry, there's the word I was forgetting. Schema builder. So I made a like a schema. I don't know if I can share. This is in the email. Let me just send it to the. How can I give you the picture of this? So in the schema builder, I was making some relationship. Okay. So let's say I made property to cookie send and property to other thing. So what happens? I instead of making master detail, I made I made okay, in cookie set object I don't have owner pick lookup instead of currency showed up. Okay, and property after relationship lookup relationship it should be master. Okay, I wanted to make a lookup relationship, but I made a master detail. Now how do I fix it? Or say-
Okay.
sorry.
Yes, understood.
So let's say
You
yeah.
have created a master detail, but you want to create a lookup, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there is an option. If you just go to that particular object, whichever the child object of in your organization, go to the fields and relationship, go to that particular field, whichever you have created, which is a relationship field, and there you will see when you click on edit, you will see the option to change the field type.
Okay, so I have to go to the field first.
Yes.
Right. So the field is
So go to your object manager first.
Uh-huh.
By the way, this guys, you are new to this, and if you don't have any idea about it, so don't worry about it. We're gonna take a session about it later on, okay, in this class. So this is like the advanced, we can say, of the Salesforce. Okay. So yeah, for other people, this is the information, because otherwise what happens is when you are, let's say you have that knowledge, okay, and you ask that information in front of everyone who does not have any idea about it, they just get confused because they don't have any idea.
I understand, but this is why I'm waiting for the end of the session. I mean,
no, it's fine, it's fine. So I'm just telling them, not you.
Yeah, okay, so the thing is that again, let's say I build
just give me a moment, Sharmila. Otherwise you can leave the session, okay, and you can stay on the call.
Okay, I don't know how to leave the session even because I can't find
no, you don't have to leave the session. You just be on the call, other people will leave.
Yeah, sure. Okay.